everybody. SunDAVE Sit Down. Yeah, it's time for SunDAVE Sit Down. SunDAVE Sit Down.
Hail Satan. Oh, hi, everybody. Oh, SunDAVE Sit Down. Hi, everybody. It's SunDAVE Sit Down. It's my birthday. Mattis, don't make me slap you with a fucking pile of comic books. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of SunDAVE Sit Down. Yes, it's my birthday, so I wanted to do something fun and give some stuff away and, just have a little chit chat and then say bye-bye, But let's say hello to everybody. Blaze in the house or was in the house. The Prince of Cheese, Zach, telling me I got to buy something for my birthday, although he's supposed to give it to me because it's my birthday. So that's how it works. Presents are not something that you buy from other people. All right, anyway, Tyler, hi. Lamar's in the house. Thank you, my friend. Rohan is in the house. Absolute Gamer Nerds. Everybody subscribe to his channel. I saw him this weekend. He was followed around by a bunch of paparazzi and shit. It was weird. Anyway, Armando, thank you. And I shall pass those things along to Comic Tim. I do not think we share the same birthday, though. Amber, thank you very much. And yes, to anyone else, literally happy birthday. Ryan, what's up, brother? Thank you. Mattis trying to be ageist. Well, you're fired. Sup, motherfucking Dave. Iconic, the icon, David. Happy birthday to me from you. Thank you. Leon, what's up, my friend? Thank you. AC Jones, you call him Dr. Jones doll. Thank you, Anthony. Birthday suit. I cut that off. They're covered in blood under these clothes because I cut my birthday suit off. Thank you, James. I appreciate you. Giving shit away on my special day. Yeah, I'm giving away this glass of water after it's in my body. Thank you, Space Ferret. Thank you, Johnny. And I got your text, and thank you for that. Andrew PCC, what's going on, my friend? So I just came back from a yummy sushi dinner, but that's not why you're here. You're here for free stuff and also some updates, which some of them have been spoiled already. But I did a table at Grit City Comic Con yesterday, and I'll talk about that a little bit. But first, let's just get the bad news out of the way, the somber news, the sad news. Okay, tomorrow is the last and final episode of It Came from the Newsstand. Me and Manu have decided to close the doors for now on the podcast, leaving the doors unlocked. Let's just say that. But tomorrow's going to be the final episode. It's about an hour and a half long. And, the episode is literally about why we're, ending the podcast and a lot of cool, interesting, just things we get to explore, talking. And we even have a discussion about AI, believe it or not. Not even something I like talking about, but we did. But yes, tomorrow is the last episode of It Came from the Newsstand. We made it 19 episodes, which is amazing. We actually recorded 21 overall, but right back at you, Daryl. All right, I will, Tyler. Grit City was great. It was like I did twice as good this year as I did last year, which means it's only going to get better from here on out. Oh, what's up, Trip? Nothing really special. I'm just giving away some stuff. There's no, I don't even like my birthday. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is what it is, but the title of tomorrow's podcast is called Value the Relationship More Than the Podcast. And honestly, that's really why we decided to call it quits. But I'll I'm not done exploring that format. I appreciate that, Ryan. Bo Jackson's career too soon, so much talent. I'm not retiring though, but I get what you mean. Bo knows podcasts. Hey Ryan, what's up, my friend? I'm having a great weekend, and I had a great weekend, and I hope you did too. So yes, the podcast ends tomorrow. That being said, I think once I have a couple more interviews on the channel under my belt, I'm gonna start taking all the other interviews I did and turning those into audio podcasts, and then I'll start the West Coast Avengers podcast. And who knows where that leads? That may lead to doing audio only kind of episodes or talks or maybe conversations with friends as well as, comic creators. So I'm really excited. I really do love the audio, the podcast format. It gives me a chance to just talk without worrying about the visuals. And I really enjoyed talking to Manu on that public forum. But that's the way things go. Nothing's going to change between me and him. He's still going to show up on SunDAVE sit downs, and we're still going to do stuff together. So, I'm excited to whatever the future brings. Lamar, even 21 wasn't, I didn't start drinking until I was 24, and that ended horribly. So, but my 30th birthday was a lot of fun. My 40th was okay, but I celebrated by going to Scotland for 2 weeks. So that was great. Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, I got a lot of things in the works, at least up here, and trying to move things forward by contacting certain people. Awesome, Ryan. Where are you flying to? If you don't mind me asking. It's a great episode. It's 90, I want to say 98 minutes. Yeah, 98 minutes. Ice purple crying. Okay, so it's funny, Zach. This, if there's any New York Jews in here besides me, you get it. Like, I was born talking. I think by 2, I had already given a speech at Yale, although whatever. But yeah, New York Jewish people, we talk a lot. Larry David talks a lot. Jerry Seinfeld talks a lot. Howard Stern talks a lot. We got a lot to say. Well, Mattis, you're 21, you're 25th. You could make any birthday be awesome. The Yukon. Ooh, that sounds fun. What's up, Jared? And yes, I did. And thank you so much for the birthday present. That was so awesome of you. If you haven't seen, Jared gifted me a G.I. Joe 60 Mark Jewelers, which is a Todd issue, and it's one of the Todd issues I need for my my Mark Jeweler collection. All right, so let's get on to the first the big announcement. A lot of you already know the thumbnail shows it. So I'm really excited for this. In April, I did the 2-day Davenger Con right here on the channel, and I hosted a whole bunch of sellers. I sold all weekend. I streamed for almost 24 hours out of a possible 48 hours in Saturday and Sunday. So I this was something I thought about it about 2 days after Davenger Con ended. I'm going to do a 1-day winter Davenger Con. So it's going to be Saturday, December 2nd. So set your goddamn calendars. Don't forget, okay? December 2nd. We're going to go from about 9 a.m. to, I don't know, until I fall asleep on the stream. What's going to happen? Oh, yes, Andrew, that is true. If you listen to the podcast episodes backwards, there are hidden secret messages. Although he made me take that one out. So Saturday, December 2nd, what you can look forward to is a full day of sales. Now, it's going to be a little bit different than what I did the first time because it's only 1 day, and I wanted to give certain people 2-hour blocks. So there's only going to be 4 sellers besides myself. I'm going to start the day by selling. I'm going to do about an hour and a half by myself, and I'm going to close the night by doing about an hour and a half. I said December 2nd. Did I say September? December 2nd. I'm going to be hosting. I'm not going to be selling the entire day. So I'm going to have Manu on the channel. He's going to be doing a block. I'm going to have Joe Scar. He's going to be doing a half block because he said he probably doesn't have the inventory. He told me he doesn't. Bronze Age Batcave and Maddie. So I'll be doing, like I said, bookending the day with a sale in the morning, sale at night. Then we got, I think the schedule for right now is Manu's going to open after I go. I'm going to host. I'm going to make sure to, field offers, claims, everything. And then after that, Joe's going to go. I'm working on getting a special guest to creator to do an interview in the middle of the day. And then it'll be Bronze Age Batcave around, I think, 4 o'clock. And then Maddie will go on around 6:30. And this is all Pacific time. And then I'll go on after Maddie. And so it's going to be great books for sale. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff. There will be giveaways, but most importantly, I will be doing another charity raffle to raise money for both Tiny Changes, the charity I support in Scotland after my friend's memory, and the Laidler Music Money Foundation, which is our friend Bryce's scholarship foundation for high school graduates that are going into music programs in college. So it's going to be fantastic. Here, if you didn't see it for some reason, I'm going to show you the logo. Joe redesigned the logo specifically for this. So let's take a look at that. It's awesome. It's winterized. It's winterized Dave EngerCon. Look at that. So there's not going to be any new merch or anything. But I will say this. The reason why I'm doing this is kind of like to pump up everybody for Dave EngerCon next year, because Dave EngerCon is going to come back in April, 2 days, and it's going to come back mean and bigger and better and a lot of crazy stuff that I'll be working on. So really excited about this. And honestly, you know, a couple years down the road, who knows? Maybe this becomes a physical con. You know, it's something that that I will explore, but it'll going to be a couple years down the road. Thank you, Al Green. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, Ryan, but you don't have to be, as long as you have your phone, you can pop in. Thank you, Tyler. I dig it. I dig you. I'm not making badges for this. I'm not spending any money on this. I spent a lot of money on the last one. I'll spend money next year when we redesign the logo and we rebrand Dave EngerCon. Johnny, I'm really excited for it. So December 2nd, Saturday, Dave EngerCon, winter Dave EngerCon, I should say, or winter edition. So it'll be Manu, Joe, Bronze Age Batcave, Maddie, and myself. The raffle will be a bit smaller because last time I had 20 prizes. This will probably be about 5 or 6. So the tickets will be cheaper for the raffle, but the prizes will be great. So, oh, well, do you think that, David, do you think that I wouldn't post about it and it would be a secret? Of course you're going to know, brother. Physical one where we get together in person would be magical. Dude, what I would love to do if it was like, if I had somebody helping me plan it and stuff like that, it would be a small con, you know, maybe like a hotel ballroom type thing, but like good guests and the best dealers that are in this area that want to make the trek. And then anybody that wants to come is, take your son to Legoland. Okay. Well, why don't you build him like a playhouse to play in and then watch it while he's stuck in there. Nicky, baby. What's up, my brother? Nick, just in case you missed it, Winter Dave EngerCon, December 2nd, all day, Saturday. I'll be here. Hopefully you will. Well, dude, you're not, and Mattis, you're not that far, honestly. Like 2-hour flight, maybe like an 8-10 hour drive, I think it is from here. Oh, to sell? Yeah, fuck yeah, Dave. Winter is coming. That is correct. I'm in Washington, just south of Seattle. Awesome. Jerome, thank you, my friend. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing, and you know, I'd love to have a con, but I'd also love to have like the guests that don't do cons in this area are the people I want. Like there's so many good indie publishers here. You know, Fantagraphics is here, and then south of here is Image and Dark Horse. Like why can't the cons here have the people that put out some of the best books for them? So yeah, I told you that, Mattis. I just said that. Alberta is just northeast of us, and obviously British Columbia is directly north of us. Flush Jackson in the house. What's up, Flush? Flush, just in case you didn't hear, Dave Entercon Winter Dave Entercon, December 2nd. So yeah, so sorry to say that the podcast is ending with the last episode tomorrow, but excited for what me and Manu get into in the future, and really excited for Dave Entercon. So gonna do that giveaway. Oh, there you go. See, there you go. Well, if you're ever up here for SummerCon next year, which is in Puyallup, probably take about 3 hours to get up there. I'm doing a table again next year, so I'm excited for that. Can I pipe the day? I mean, how long do you think it would take me to go insane from hearing it? That would be insane. Maybe I'll try it for like an hour until like my ears start bleeding and my eyes start falling out. So we're gonna do the giveaway. It's gonna be for this beautiful Neil Adams 9/8 signed slab. We'll do that in a little bit. Yeah, SpawnCon was 2 weekends ago. I'm excited for whatever the future turns out for that. I know they got some really good guests for their first one. Couldn't really tell if a lot of people showed up to it, but it seemed to be really fun. I would go to it, if it grows bigger and bigger, I would totally go to it. Oh, I can't wait. And then next year, Nick will be doing the 2 days. So Halloween 3 TV commercial song. God, I hate Halloween 3. Why does everybody like that movie so much? Although, the song, the commercial thing is hilarious though. All right. We're going to do this giveaway in just a minute. Oh no. What? You guys see that? What? You guys hear that? What the? Oh no.
Oh, I don't remember eating that. Whoa, hey man, I'm Comic Tim. Yeah man, I was just doing my business, reading my favorite book, The Sandman by Neil Gaiman. I mean, alright, you got me man, I was reading Turok, man. I just want to say to that Davenger guy, Comic Tim wishes you happiest of days in birth. Now, I know that everybody is here to win some slab by Adams Neil or something like that, but man, I'm going to give away my personal copy of Turok, the greatest comic book ever made, man, and I will sign it to one of the Comic Team faithful. Now, all you have to do is say hashtag whoa, 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 and I'll give this away via Dave, and I want to wish him the happiest days of birth. I will sign this for you. A Comic TM exclusive. All right. Now, don't forget to visit me on www.whatnot.com//Comic TM. That's 25 eyes. All right, man. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh God, guys, I'm sorry about that. I did not know he was like he just had this here. Jesus. All right, I guess I'm gonna give that away first. I'm gonna give away this Comic Tim signed Turok. It says this one's for Jimothy Lee. Signed Woman, Hot Book, Comic Tim exclusive. I think it's a 1 of 1. Yeah, I think that's what that says right there. WOAH. And I just want to address a couple comments that came in during that unfortunate video. Jorge, what's up, my friend? And then somebody else said hi. Oh, Gene, nice to meet you this weekend. Sorry you had to see that. Comic Tim is a nuisance. Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah. Look, I don't even know how he got that onto my computer. That's the crazy thing. Like how did he get that on there? So hashtag whoa, WOAH, Jaws, the shower curtain. Days of birth. Yeah, I don't know if he understands what a birthday is. I think there was 25 eyes in that address, which is crazy. Anyway, this is a free Comic Tim exclusive. I'll ship that to you. No, no charge. With the slab as well. If you win it and you want to wait until after this Wednesday, you can combine that, and all of your up to like X amount of books will be free shipped with the slab. So, so whoever wins this, if you're planning on attending Wednesday and you want to buy some books, then you might as well hold off on having me ship that. It was nice meeting you too, man. And I'll get back to you on that message you sent me, but just need a day to enjoy my birthday. The Max Headroom of West Coast. He pretty much is, Flush. He pretty much is. You have to tag Comic Tom in this when you get it. Okay, so funny story. My tables at Grit City were I had a corner booth, so I had 2 tables. They were right next to the door, which was an entrance exit. And thank you, Gene. And so like around 1:00, I was just like, it was the first time that like there was nobody at the table for 3 hours. And I was just kind of like taking a breath, and I was looking this way, and the door like was opening and closing this way. And I was just looking there, and Comic Tom walked in, and I just looked at him, and he looked at me, and then he just kept walking. Now I can't say for sure that Comic Tom knows who I am or knows this, like who Comic Tim is. But I will say this. He looked at every table around me, except mine. And then when my back was looking this way, talking to somebody, I saw him kind of look at the wall, the slab wall. And then as soon as I started to turn this way, he went that way. I don't know. Kind of felt like he was like trying to ignore me because he knows that I'm friends with Comic Tim. So I don't know. All right, we're gonna the ecstasy of gold started playing when he walked in. All right, let's do this giveaway real quick, and then we'll get to the other giveaway. But man, I just wish you would have come up to me and be like, that Comic Tim guy. I really I think I should have him on my show. All right, let's share the screen here. We'll do the giveaway. Hashtag whoa, WOAH. This is your chance to get a signed Comic Tim Turok #1. Let's get a couple more entries. Come on. I'm giving away I think that's like a $300 slab tonight. We got to get a couple more entries on this. Hashtag whoa. By the way, is my microphone working? Whoa. Tupac Biggie level of beef brewing. All right, here we go. We're going to do the giveaway in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2, in whoa. You get it? See, whoa. All right, let's see who's going to win this. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Turn the gain to the max. I'm not going to turn to the max. Jerome Hernandez. There he is. Lightning Rome. Lightning Rome, take me home. Oh, wait, that's Country Rome. That's second time that Jerome's won something. What was the first thing you won? You won like a big slab. Wasn't it a big slab maybe it was at like the first big giveaway I did? Yeah, thank you. I feels like maybe that was like I don't really want it, Dave. All right. That's there. 1,500 sub. That's what it was. Ooh, I forgot to mention. Big thank you. I actually crossed over 2,400 subs today, which is like a little over a month since I've hit 2,000. And yeah, it was the Spider-Man one. Okay. So thank you to everybody subscribed. The last couple of videos have really brought in some new people, and this weekend also helped, meeting a bunch of new folks, and I'm just trying to find my marker here. Meeting a bunch of new folks, getting some new subscribers, so I appreciate it. You guys are in for a wild, wild ride. Tupac, there it is. There it is. The Tupac Biggie level of beef. I might have I slept with Geeky I slept with Geeky Female, and Gem Mint I think slept with Bronze Age Bodhisattva. Yeah, everything's been going pretty crazy, Zach. And I'm really, really humbled about it. And I feel grateful for the fact that people are just kind of fucking, joining in the circus. All right, so we're gonna let this sit for a little bit, but hashtag on this one is just gonna be Galactus. Glactus. Glactus. Galactus. So I'll let that linger for a little bit. But I'm gonna give away this Neil Adams signed Hunger #1 variant. There you can see the SIGs right down there. It's a 9.8. This is from 2013, and it was signed in 2014. But that'll be hashtag Galactus. So yeah, that was really funny though. I thought, it was kind of weird. I couldn't leave my table because I was pretty much working by myself the weekend. John, Criterion Comics, helped me set up and break down, but I manned the table for most of the day. And it would have been cool if Comic Tim was able to walk around looking for Comic Tom, but I had to work, and Comic Tim, I think, was stuck in the bathroom the whole time. So yeah, so I guess nobody really there was, so it is what it is. But it was a great con. I had a really good time. Like I said, nice to meet some really cool people. Saw some dealer friends that I know, and saw a couple of you came by and stopped by the booth. Sold a bunch of slabs, which was really nice, and then just sold a whole bunch of books. Yeah, Jerome, enter again. Nobody's gonna stop you. Sean, was it you that asked about the Wolverine shirt in the video today? Because if it was, that comes from a Instagram account called White Gold Industries, and they do these bootleg shirts. This is one of them. I don't think they have any of the Weapon X's left, but you should follow them on Instagram because sometimes they have like overstock or old inventory, and they sell those on special sales. But that's White Gold Industries. Comic Tim had some gas station sushi. Exactly. I had the really good sushi tonight. Yesterday, he had the gas station sushi. What's up, Todd? She's not my mom, Todd. Too much talk about. Yeah, poor Comic Tim. Poor Comic Tim. He is way better than the other comic guy. Lamar, I bought a couple of I really didn't have any time to. I bought one really cool thing, which is still in the garage. But I'll show it off at some point. And then I bought a stack of these old, like, fan-made cartoon strip zines full of like Chester Gould, Dick Tracy stuff. I don't know. I got a really good deal on it. I kind of bought them blindly. And then I bought some comic readers, which is other fanzines. So that's all I really got a chance to look at. Yeah, of course, Sean, you got it. Hashtag Galactus. We've only got 27 entries and there's 33 people in here. Everybody needs to enter and win. What do you do when Silver Surfer's coming? Got to call Galactus. Got to call Galactus. And, like I said, if you are planning on buying books for me on Wednesday, tell me not to ship this until Thursday. Or, you know what? Just by default, I won't ship it till Thursday, because if you do buy something on Wednesday, it will ship free with this. Because this goes in a medium flat rate, and I can fit up to 15 books or 2 more slabs. It's on your TV and your phone. Oh, well, there you go, David. Hashtag Galactus, going to give this away sooner than later. So yeah, the con was great. I enjoy doing local cons. you know, a couple people asked me if I would ever do a con out of state. Most likely not. For the reason that I have a small car, so doing a con out of state, I would have to rent a vehicle. If I went and did one in California, you know, it's 2 days of driving, gas, hotel, etc. And then I got to drive back up. So, you know, you're looking at whatever the cost of the con would be. Then you add like $1,000 in travel. Whereas the Grid City Con, Summer Con, if I did Rose City Con, I mean, even Rose City in Portland's only a 3-hour drive for me. So if it was a 1-day con, I could go there and back in the same day. Jerome, I don't think so. My buddy who sold that to me actually collects statues, so I may just hit him up and see what other statues he's got. But you know, it broke and I'm bummed. Hashtag Galactus. We've got 27 entries and 36 people in here. Come on, let's get to 30 entries. And then I'll give it away. Give it away now. But you know, it's 2 days driving. You did well, you know, I don't you try and drive a vehicle with 1,000 pounds of comics in 12 hours from Washington. No, fuck that. David, I've been in enough car accidents in my life. I'm not trying to kill myself. Well, yeah, an RV would be cool. But once again, it's just it doesn't serve me to do cons out of state. It just doesn't. I'd rather just go to them. Blush, I was bringing a long box into the garage and I went to turn it and I just clipped one of his things and it went right off onto the floor. JD, thank you. I love you. Well, now you know. Roger. Hashtag Galactus. We are at 37 people in the stream with 30 entries, so I'm going to give it another 1 minute and then I will give this away. And somebody will win this. This is my thank you for subscribing. It's my thank you for my birthday and just for hanging out. I will be back this Wednesday doing another fantastic sale. This one's going to be a pretty big one. It's going to be a bunch of new books out, but I am going to take some of the con stuff that didn't sell and slash prices on it, maybe even by 50%. So, thank you, Delano. I appreciate it. Yes, basically, I mean, Galactus was felled by a long box, which is very fitting. It is very fitting to destroy the devourer of worlds with a long box. But it sold. I sold the bust for $25, which was like pretty much the cost of shipping. And yeah, there you go. All right, hashtag Galactus. We're going to do this giveaway for this free, this 9/8 Hunger issue number 1. Signed by Neil Adams, 9/8. The late, great Neil Adams. We're going to do it in 10, in 9, in 8. Hashtag Galactus to enter. In 7, in 6, in 5, in 4, in 3, in 2. And here we go. Who's going to take home the Devourer of Worlds? Thank you, Todd. Who is? Hey, there he is. Ryan, Colossus Collector. Well, no shit. The man himself. Ryan, congratulations, my friend. I feel like you already won something too, like one of the streams, maybe. Either way, congratulations. That's awesome. Awesome. All right. That's really cool. Congratulations. Thank you. There you go. The ultimate nullifier is the long box. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Keep the no winning streak alive, Ryan. RMS Ryan. Oh, that's awesome. So now Tyler is going to be interested in this, but first we're going to do something else. And Tyler's always asking me to show off stuff that's not comics. And, you know, I'm going to give you guys a little choice of 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 different things. And you guys are going to decide what we look at. How about that? How does that sound? Tell me what you think about that. Oh, that's right. You won the highest spender once. But first, I'm going to open up a couple of packs. So check this out. I don't know what these are. Okay. Defective comics. I mean, obviously they're parody cards, but what was crazy on here is, let's see if you guys can see this. This is going to be really hard to see. Okay. So Defective Sweepstakes Grand Prize includes all regular edition Valiant comic books to date. What kind of prize is that? Even in 1992. So let's see. And there's also autographs in here. What autographs could be in here too? Oh, the McFarlane era pack. We'll do that last. Oh my God, these are true parody cards. Look at this. Tales to Suspect. Dumb Blood. Oh, who's the artist on this stuff? I'm trying to get this so you guys can see it because the lighting isn't the best when it comes to doing cards. Dumb Blood. Hyper Action. Who is the artist on these? These are amazing. Mark Voger. Child Cats. Tramparella. Green Lantern. This is ridiculous. Wimp Comics. And then what's the foil one? Ooh, check this out. Unphasing Fantasy. I love this. I want to find more of these. So look, the grand prize sweepstakes. 1 copy of each regular edition Valiant comic book printed as of January 31st, 1994. Mark Voger is the artist. All right, so that was that pack. Let's do the X-Men now. I'm gonna cut this. Just in case there's a Jim Lee autograph in here. All right, we got Archangel. We got Jean Grey. These are all this is the Jim Lee set, or Jimothy Lee, as Comic Tim would say. Blob. Bishop. And the Mutant Liberation Front, the MLF. And then finally we get Sentinel. I opened a box of these on Justin's channel a couple months ago. I had so much fun opening these. Nice little nostalgia blast. UF14, exactly, Armando. That's amazing. Flush. All right, we're gonna do the Todd pack. See Todd open Pod. Andrew, look at what you did to my brain. All right, so we got a little Wolverine action from the Spider-Man run with what was that storyline was called Choices. And then there's a shot from the last McFarlane Spider-Man book with X-Force. It's really tough to get with the lighting on here. Sorry, y'all. Then there's Wolverine again. He pulled his punch. He didn't pop a claws. Spidey creeping. There it is. Spidey butt. There is the Spidey butt. Spidey in the black costume. More Spidey in the black costume. Lizard. Wendigo. Oh, double Spidey butt. I would call this a win. With the apple bottom jeans and the boots with the furs. I'll be throwing some of those in random packages of stuff that people buy for me. All right. What do we got? All right. So, like I said, Tyler's always asking me to show stuff off, stuff that may not be, like comic book stuff or whatever. So What would you guys, is that Bud famous? Yeah, of course. It's the apple. It's the, what does it mean? Double airs. I don't know what it means. Spider booty. It's just he drew him with the apple bottom. All right. What do you guys want to see? Wrestling, hockey, my sketchbook, or something Lord of the Rings? What up, Bryce? I didn't know you were in here. Did you say you were in here? Spider Ass Man. My McFarlane Grail is a Spider-Man page with Spider-Man on it. No, my McFarlane Grail is to get him on the channel. All right, we got wrestling, hockey, sketchbook, Lord of the Rings, wrestling, brother. All right, let's do Lord of the Rings first because it'll be the shortest thing to show off. I don't think I ever showed this off on the street. But I used to collect autographs in person. My sock drawer. I used to collect autographs in person in New York because I grew up there and I lived there for 35 years of my life. And so when Lord of the Rings was coming out, Peter Jackson was one of my favorite directors. I saw Bad Taste when I was in like 7th grade, and then I saw Dead Alive, and I was like, I love this guy. So when I knew Lord of the Rings was coming out, the press junkets, no, well, I appreciate that, Bryce. The press junkets for all 3 Lord of the Rings movies were in New York. The first year it was at the Waldorf Astoria, and we were waiting outside getting autographs, and I had gotten this at a horror show the previous like 6 months. It's a promo calendar from Lord of the Rings, and let's get this on the big screen here. So I had gotten this signed by, well, it's even too big for the camera, but I got this all signed in person myself. I thought it would look great with the silver on the black, and I was right. So it's signed by Dominic Monaghan, and Billy Boyd's there. So you got Merry and Pip. Hugo Weaving obviously plays he played Agent Smith in The Matrix, but also played V for Vendetta. But he was Elrond, and then Vigo, and that is what's his name? Ian Holm, who played Bilbo. Peter Jackson, Orlando Bloom with the shittiest autograph of all time. Sean Astin, Sean Bean, Elijah Wood, Liv Tyler, and Ian McKellen. So I never got to meet Christopher Lee, unfortunately. And I never got to meet Kate Blanchett or John Rhys Davies. But if I ever had a chance to meet Blanchett and Rhys Davies, those are the only other 2 names I want to put on this. There you go. Kissful of tongue. Oh, man. Well, Lamar, I've got it on my Instagram, too. Dead Alive is one of the greatest things ever. I kick ass for the Lord. Oh, that Rings of Power. Dude, I got to watch that again. I really loved it the first time around. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, my friend. So this is a cool signed calendar, promo calendar. This was not available in stores. It was just a New Line Cinema thing. But yeah, signed by Gandalf, Galadriel, Merry and Pip, Frodo, Boromir, Peter Jackson, Legolas, Bilbo, Aragorn, and Elrond. And there you go. So that's the Lord of the Rings thing. But we're not done. I did this because Tyler suggested it. And so I appreciate it. All right, let's do wrestling next. So David, iconic Finds David, is gonna fucking flip out when he sees this because of his logo. But 1986 WrestleMania 2 was held in 3 locations: Chicago, New York, and LA. I believe my parents took me to Nassau Coliseum. This is an original program from WrestleMania 2. Over the years, it's beat up. Obviously, I've had this since I was a kid. But over the years, I'd gotten it signed by different people, not just on the cover, though. So Hercules, Jimmy Snuka, and Captain Lou Albano, they all came to my school. They had like a wrestling show at my high school when I was, I want to say like 9th or 10th grade. And so I got those signed, but this thing's in really fucked up shape. I do not want to fuck around with it. But over the years, I would meet wrestlers and I would add signatures to this. So got Brutus Beefcake right here. Elizabeth, Miss Elizabeth. She's right there. That's Paul Orndorff. That signature, yeah, it's definitely Paul Orndorff because I never met Morocco. Who else we got in here? We got Jimmy Hart, the mouth from the South. All dead, 3 of 3 so far. Superfly. You were born in 86. Shut up, Ryan. When was the last time the Mets won the World Series? There you go, Tyler. You wanted to see the fridge? He's right there. You ain't seeing my fridge tonight, buddy. Ed Too Tall Jones. And I never met either of them. Piper. I met Piper a bunch of times. There you can see the signature right there. I never got to meet Mr. T. Well, he's still alive, though. Would be nice to put some more signatures in here, but it's way too fragile. Hogan and Heenan. Hogan's got a great signature. I always had good experiences with Hogan. Who's my favorite wrestler? I got to go by era. Like, you know, I would say these two, Bundy and Hogan, were probably my two first favorites, and then probably Snuka and Macho Man. But then eventually it was Bret Hart, and then eventually it was Stone Cold, and you know that era brought The Rock too. Isn't that a great coincidence, Tyler? Oh, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was the shit. I mean, like, that's the thing. There, for some reason, you know, like people shit on wrestling, and I don't mean, you know, like the people that we all congregate around, but just like comic book characters, we all had people that we could identify with. You know, obviously it's all the personalities were, you know, fabricated and characters were created, but you know, like right, like Snuka spoke to me just because he was like this high flying guy, and I was just like, it was crazy. But then, you know, Hogan, I don't know, I love it. Oh, what do we got here? What's up, Sean? Thank you, brother. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. Like why did he have a Komodo dragon? The Undertaker was and like the Undertaker to me was like the most comic book character-y of all. Like he was the one guy where it was like, this is above everything else gimmick wise, you know. Like Sting was great too when he did the Crow, when he started the Crow gimmick. The excellence of execution has to be your favorites. Yeah, that's great. Oh, dude, I love wrestling. I lost my taste for it around 2004. All right, so I've met some of these guys, but who did I get in here? I got Pedro Morales. Never got to meet Andre. He died when I was still super young. And there you go. So signed by a whole bunch of wrestlers, some alive, some dead, but I've had that for a long time. Let's put this in a proper magazine bag. What else could I show you guys? Okay, you guys want to do some hockey? We got some hockey fans in here. I know Ryan, Colossus Ryan is. Yeah, the High Flyers, right? I was big. I mean, I got to be good friends with Jeff and Matt Hardy later on in my life, like around probably the early 2000s. So those guys were friends, and I loved watching them wrestle. Beefcake was the best. Kane, Brothers of Destruction, Beefcake and Hitman. Yeah, Sean, I figured you'd appreciate that. Sean, you're probably gonna like the next thing I show too. Oh, you got it. All right, let's get into oh, dude, that would be great, Flush. So this is one of two all-star programs that I have. This is from 1994. DX was the shit. Ryan comes the hockey. Pele. So yes. NHL All-Star Game 1994, New York City. I didn't go to the game at the Garden, but I got a program and I started getting it signed. Now, it's all fucked up. Cover signed by Scott Stevens, played for the Jersey Devils, won multiple Stanley Cups with them. But I do have this signed by a lot of Hall of Famers. All right, so they did the Heroes for Hockey thing at the Garden. So this is signed by Emile Francis, Rod Gilbert. That's signed by Pierre LaRouche. We'll get to some big names. Don't worry. Yeah, Clark Gillies, Gordie Howe, Lanny McDonald, Stan Mikita. Some of the greatest hockey players of all time. Bobby Nystrom. Let's go Islanders. Daryl Sittler. All right, so this was just the legends guys. But then we get to the guys who played in the game that were the All-Stars. That one's signed by Mike Gartner. But let's get, there'll be some names in here. If you're not super familiar with hockey, there will probably still be some signatures in here of people you've heard of. All right. So what do we got here? We got Ray Bourque, Brian Bradley, Gary Galley, Adam Graves, Mark Howe, Ally Afraidy. Ray Bourque, one of the greatest defensemen of all time. Bob Kudelski, Brian Leach, Alexander McGillney, Larry Murphy, Mike Richter, Mark Recchi, Adam Oates. Fuck Mark Messier. Patrick Waugh. Oh, let's get that there. Patrick Waugh, Joe Sakic, Jeff Sanderson, John Van Beesbrook, and Pierre Turgeon. See, the Canadians in here all know exactly what's going on right now. Dude, the hit that Scott Stevens pulled, yeah, Paul Kariya still feels that. So does Slava Kozlov. Pretty much anybody that Scott Stevens hit still fucking feels it. There you go. Patrick Waugh is your favorite player of all time. Jorge. Barry Melrose, Dave Andrechuk, Rob Blake, Chris Chelios, Paul Coffey, Wendell Clark. Shane Corson, Sergei Fedorov, Doug Gilmour, Brett Hull. Oh, yeah, that guy. Wayne Gretzky. He's good. Al McInnes, Mike Modano, Joe Nieuwendyk. And then finally, Roenick, Potvin, Felix Potvin, Sandis Ozilish, Timu, one of my favorite players of all time, Dave Taylor. Actually, JR was one of my favorite players of all time, too. Daryl Sittler, baby. Yeah, Gordie Howe. Okay, funny story. You ready? You ready for this one, Mattis? I forget the year. I want to say it's like 1995, maybe 94. There was a comic and card convention at Hofstra University on Long Island. That was the first time I had met Gordie Howe. Super nice. That same day, I met Stephen Platt for the first time and hung out with him at his table almost all day, and he was so nice. Gordie Howe, Stephen Platt, same day. Yeah, some Sabres, of course. They had a great team in the 90s because they had McGillney. Alexander McGillney was the shit. And then they had Pat LaFontaine for a while. Fuck Mark Messier. Yeah, that makes sense. See, look, I knew Ryan would like it. Hey, Derpa, what's up, my friend? You would have been too young, but any Mets stuff. Oh, yeah, Lamar. Oh, yeah. I'll show something in a moment because it's in this room. Mario, I met Mario a bunch of times. Yeah, he didn't play this All-Star game. I think this is the first time he hurt his back, or it was before the cancer, or maybe it was when the cancer came, like when he first had cancer. Solani's, oh, I love Solani. I love JR too. I know. Isn't that crazy, Sean? As a person who doesn't know about hockey, some of these names sound made up. Well, that's why I'm really good with pronouncing foreign names. It's because of being a hockey fan. Yes, he is. He's actually, he is in the convention circuit right now. He was away from cancer. Okay, he was away for cancer. Yeah, I met Mario a whole bunch of times. Mostly nice. Oh, I got these signed too. I forgot. Ed Belfour, Joe Casey. Who's that? That's what's his name? Don Beaupre, Cujo. It's really hard to see these signatures because it's blue. Beezer, Tebow. No, that's Stefan Fisse, and then Grant Fuhr. There you go. There's another Sabres piece right there. Yeah, the spine's kind of split on this. I should probably not ever flip through this again, but I wanted you guys to see this little piece of that's where my love for collecting stuff really started with. I used to collect hockey autographs, game worn, game used memorabilia, all that stuff. I could fill up stories for 5 hours about all this crazy hockey stuff. How about this, Lamar? I went to University of Hartford. So my first year at high school, I went into a film program at University of Hartford. It was the year that the fucking Whalers had left. So it was the year they went down to the Hurricanes. I met yeah, dude, I was a big Jeff Sanderson fan when I first kind of got into hockey. So of course I remember the Whalers. Dude, Timo and Korea on the Ducks. All right, so Lamar asked about the Mets. I'm going to see if I can pull some. I almost did this tonight, guys. I almost told this story tonight. So let me see. Bear with me one sec. I'm going to blow your minds. Can't get access to this email. God damn it. All right. You guys are just going to have to trust me. All right. So back when I used to work for back when I used to work in the sports memorabilia industry. All right. Used to do events all the time with different New York and out of state athletes. You know, did an event with Jeter, did an event with Mariano Rivera, Chicago White Sox, like all this stuff. And so, all right, Ryan, you got it, brother. Thank you. What are you into basketball? I don't have any basketball stuff. I never really was super into basketball. I watched the Knicks play the Pacers in the playoffs, and then it turned into OJ Simpson. All right. So back when I used to do events for my company, we did a 1986 Mets anniversary show. It was like a ticketed dinner auction and a Q&A and meet and greet with not just Mookie Wilson, but Mookie Wilson and Bill Buckner. And so I got a ball signed by both of them. Mookie Wilson had that hit that went through Buckner's legs, and basically that's the catalyst for the Mets winning the World Series in 86. But what's cool, Jesus Christ. I've met some cool basketball players, but coolest player I ever met was David Robinson. That blew my fucking mind. Oh yeah, and Shaq. I met Robinson and Shaq. I'll show those photos off one day because I have pictures with both of them. So here's the thing though. I'm gonna wish I could find this photo to show you guys because the setup for this story hinges upon. Do we have any Curb Your Enthusiasm fans in here? I know we do, but all right. So Curb Your Enthusiasm season 8, episode 9. The episode is called Mr. Softy. And my company was asked to decorate the set. And I got to be in the episode with Bill Buckner in the scene where Larry goes to the sports card show and meets Mookie Wilson to get the thing signed. And so I got to be in that episode. I'm in the background. I was an extra. We decorated the set. So when we did this event with Bill Buckner and Mookie Wilson, I went up to Buckner and I said, "Hey, we were in that episode." And he's like, "Oh yeah," we told him. And I said, "Look, it's okay if you don't want to do it." But I said, "Would you mind signing a ball that said it was a horseshit throw?" Because when he throws the ball and it goes out the window and Larry's in, and then Buckner says it was a horseshit throw. So I got Buckner to sign this ball that says it was a horseshit throw. It's probably the coolest piece of sports memorabilia that I'll ever have in my life. Because there's no fucking person that owns this ball. Like there's nobody else that has this ball signed. I know he would not do it. Like he only did it because, we had actually paid him to be there at that event that day. And I'd worked on the set for the show. So he, you know, but yeah, that's like one of the coolest things I'll ever own. And you know, if you're not aware, like Bill Buckner was basically like chased out of Boston. And then he was welcomed back and they honored him and people finally like fell in love with him because he was a great baseball player and he made one mistake and the dude shouldn't, you know, he shouldn't have held the burden of them losing a World Series because it's not one person that loses that game, you know, that series. So yeah, and rest in peace, Bill Buckner. Like he was such a nice guy, and it was that episode of Curb still makes me laugh. It didn't matter if I was in it or not because it's all about the '86 Mets. So, but that's some cool stuff. I'll show off the sketchbook in a second. You know, I put myself in a lot of places, but yeah, I've had some very interesting experiences in my life that I like to tell stories about, you know. It is priceless, 100%. Yeah, and that's, you know, the autographs that I've kept, there's a couple that I wish I didn't sell, but honestly, David, like all the autographs that I've kept have stories. Like I can't show you the Bad Taste poster that I got signed by Peter Jackson, A, because it's a 6 foot tall Italian movie poster, and B, it's kind of fallen apart. But like when I first met Peter Jackson, I was like, you're the reason why I tried going to film school. And he signed this huge fucking poster for me. And he's like, to Dave, you know, like whatever he wrote. Same thing with Eli Roth. The first time I met, or the only time I met Eli Roth, I just seen Cabin Fever like 6 times. And I was like, that movie just makes me laugh every time. And he signed the movie poster for me. Is like, says pancakes, pancakes, pancakes. All right. Flush said, I have a story. Found a 94 Seattle Mariners team signed baseball that was in a box. Didn't have Griffey Jr. on it. Dropped it off in one of the community library boxes. All right. Jeez. He did get death threats for years. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Of course. That's why, you know, I liked collecting autographs. Oh yeah, Mattis. I made it a point. I made it a point to get try and get records signed by every band I've ever been into. I've showed a couple of them off. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. If I can grab some, but let's take a look at the sketchbook. Some of you have probably seen this before. I think I showed this off on an early SunDAVE sit down, maybe like one of the first 5 episodes, but I haven't added any sketches to this book in a while, but you guys may have seen some of these. Party. All right. So the first sketch I ever got in this book, George Perez doing Fin Fang Foom back in, this is like 2010, maybe. Yeah, 2010. There we go. When I worked with the Hero Initiative at Orlando MegaCon one weekend. He was such a nice guy. This one is one that I don't usually show off because it's a personal one to me, but that's Joe Benitez that drew me as a Jewish superhero that we invented. We never really named him. We just called him Super Jew, and then like instead of Peter Parker, he was Jewy Jewison, but it's me as a Jewish superhero. The one time I got to meet Jamie Hewlett was during the Plastic Beach tour for Gorillaz, and it was actually during New York Comic Con weekend, but we were going to see Gorillaz at Madison Square Garden, and he did noodles for me. Eric Larson, Bryce's favorite artist, did a quick Venom head sketch for me. He was very nice. Very, very nice. Tara McPherson doing just a little doodle of her thing. You live close to Pebble Beach and for your job had access to the Pro-Am. If you're not a kid, hard to get. I've been to Pebble Beach a couple times and I know that. I've never been there for the Pro-Am, but golf autographs, you can get them as a kid, but yeah, as you get older, they don't want to sign for you. All right, so this is the first time I ever met Alex Pardee. And well, there you go, Olive Jew. Say it quick to yourself and you'll get it. Carmel by the Sea is really nice too. 17-mile drive with the lone, what is it, the lone tree or whatever. First time I also met the other West Coast Avenger, Dave Correa. We had met at Cotton Candy Gallery, and it was Alex Party and Dave. Dave doesn't like doing sketches, but I convinced him to do it. I don't think Dave would do a sketch for me, even if I asked him, as a friend of his for a decade, because he doesn't like doing them. But you can feel free to ask him when you see him. Ryan Otley did this one for me. This was a commission in 2016. I actually have a time-lapse video of it. I'll probably post it up on Instagram tomorrow. But he wrote a book called Grizzly Shark. And I told him I was a big Jaws fan, and so he drew this for me, which is pretty rad. Yeah, this thing's so good. Grizzly Shark. If you want to laugh at a comic, yeah, pick up the Grizzly Shark trade. I think it's a $10 trade. It's hilarious. Becky Cloonan, another one of my favorite artists who's worked on American Virgin, Fabulous Killjoys, Gotham Academy. She does a lot of DC stuff these days. I just told her to do a creepy drawing of a person because that's what she does really well. She's doing a new book with Tula Lote. And I think that's it in the sketchbook, because I stopped getting sketches in the sketchbook. I just started getting commissions. But yeah, that's that. I mean, I have a lot of stuff. I just pulled out a couple of things that I thought y'all like to see. Mattis, if you really want, I can get a couple of autograph records if you guys want to see some autograph records. But I think I'll probably clock off in like the next 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So remember, December 2nd is Davenger Con, the winter Davenger Con. So it's going to be me, and then I'm going to be hosting Manu, Joe, Scar, Bronze Age Batcave, and Maddie. Then I'll close out. So I'll be doing sales at both ends of the show. It'll be like a 12-hour all-day stream, and I'm going to be bringing back the charity raffle. So please mark your calendars. I'd love to see everybody show up to that. All right, give me one sec. Let me grab some records. I'm coming back. Don't worry. All right. I just grabbed four things, but they're cool. Yeah, Flush, I went out to a restaurant in Tacoma called The Koi. It's one of my favorite sushi restaurants, period. And I ate down on some sushi pretty hard. Had some sashimi, king salmon, Aura king salmon, some amberjack, machi, a lot of good stuff. All right, first up, what do we got? Let's do this one first. So I showed you the sketch I got from Jamie Hewlett of Noodles from Gorillas, and that same weekend I got a copy of Plastic Beach signed. So it's signed by let's take a look. I got some of the people that are Jamie Hewlett, Damon Albarn, Paul Simonon, who was playing with the Gorillas. He is the Paul Simonon is the bassist, the original bassist for The Clash. Mick Jones also was touring with Gorillas. He is the guitarist from The Clash. Oh, that's Bobby Womack, right? I got Bobby Womack's autograph. He is no longer alive. And then Little Dragon. So they were all people that were on the album. I'd love to get Mos Def on this because he's on 2 songs on here. Lou Reed's gone, so I can't get him to sign this, but this is my favorite, if not my favorite, my second favorite Gorillaz album. So that's signed by major players in that. You guys might have heard of this guy, Trent Reznor. It's a copy of With Teeth that I got signed by Trent. I've met Trent a bunch of times. First time I met him, he was, I think, either just in recovery or just about to go into rehab. So he wasn't the nicest guy when I first met him. Wasn't mean, just wasn't nice. The next time I met him, he was very nice. And then the time after that I met him, he was very nice. So sober Trent, very nice. Never heard of him. I'll show this one next because I got this signed on my birthday, maybe 2007, 6. Foo Fighters, In Your Honor, the original box set, the double album. Taylor was, asked me. I told him it was my birthday. He said, "What's your name?" He wrote, "Happy birthday, Dave." So it's Taylor, Chris, Nate, and Dave. Pat was not on this album or on the tour for this, so I didn't have him sign it. Dude, The Slip's a great album, Derpa. So yeah, that's In Your Honor, signed by the Foo Fighters, Dave, Nate, Chris, and Taylor. And then the first time I met Pearl Jam, I got my original copy of Versus signed by Dave Abruzzese wasn't in the band the first time I met him. So Jeff, Stone, Mike, and Eddie. And that's my original childhood copy of Versus that I got signed in, I don't know, maybe this was 2000, probably 2000. Yeah, for the binaural tour, I got this signed. I don't think that you could call the Foo Fighters underrated, Lamar, unless you forgot to listen to music in the last 20 years. No offense, not trying to put you down, but they're maybe the largest band in the world. Maybe, possibly, biggest band in the world. But they are fucking amazing. Me too, Derpa. Me too. I need that. I don't have a first press of that, so I need that to get re-released. Sorry, Lamar. I wasn't trying to be a dick, but that's like, it's like saying Pearl Jam's an underrated band. Anyway, I have 800 records, so I can't show them all. But maybe we'll do some more. Lamar, don't hate me for me being just a little bit of a prick on that one. Just a little bit. But yeah, I stopped collecting records pretty much during COVID because I realized the quality of vinyl kind of shot down while prices went up. I went to order 2 records from a band overseas today, and I get it, right? It's overseas, so they're going to be a little bit more. It would have come to like $61 per record. I'm like, I can't for that kind of money. I might as well just not buy them. I didn't pick up any big books lately. I haven't picked up a collection. You guys saw the video today. That collection, most of that's sitting right here to my left. If anybody's looking for those Adam Hughes Wonder Woman, I didn't move a single one yet, so I'll probably have most of those out on Wednesday. I'll probably price them all and just most likely most of them are going to be $10 each. I think there's only like 2 of them that are going to be a little bit more. Flesh said he can't get into vinyl because you'd be one of those dudes. Yeah, dude, the video game soundtrack thing, it's so interesting. Like, the video game soundtrack thing wasn't there about 6, 7, 10 years ago. And then all of a sudden it was in mass. And I get it because there are some fantastic video game soundtracks. But yeah, if you just collected the regular soundtracks, it gets out of hand quick. Did Maddie gift you 2 new? No, that's an old photo, David. That was an old photo he took from when he was here last year or 2 years ago. And all those books, except for one, are gone. I kept the New Mutants 98 newsstand. I 9-8'd, so I kept it. Yes, I did. I watched The Killer. I watched it last night. I watched it Friday night, and it was excellent. I gotta watch it again to rank it with my Finchers, but it's an excellent, entertaining movie. But I don't know if I would put it like as one of his best. But it's excellent, and I can't wait to watch it again. I never played Dead Space. I probably should, but I've heard good things both about the game and the soundtrack. I saw Health open up for 9 Inch Nails. Like, I guess it was the last tour. The last tour I saw, maybe it was like 5 years ago at this point. I saw them in Bakersfield last time. The Killer, it was really good. It's one of those movies where I feel like there's a lot more going on that I realize. So I watched it and I really liked it. The fucking score was great. Fassbender is great in everything, so that goes by default. But definitely worth the watch. And like, one of those you should just kind of like put your phone away and don't leave it anywhere near you while you watch the movie, because Fincher commands your attention. Did Lamar leave? Don't hate me, Lamar. So yeah, to recap, tomorrow is the last episode of It Came from the Newsstand, and that drops at about 6 hours. And then December 2nd is Dave Con, Winter Dave Con. Play the Dead Space refresh. Okay, is that like an updated version? See, that's the thing. Trip. The whole Morrissey thing might have been one of the most interesting aspects of that character. And I was like, because of the, like, kind of how Morrissey is, and then you look at how the character the Fassbender plays, fucking sociopath, right? The Fall of the House of Usher, John, Criterion Comics John, told me that he loved it. I've heard from several people that it's really good. I still haven't watched Midnight Mass, and I want to watch that before I go to House of Usher. I don't hear people say the Foo Fighters all the time. They say Beatles, Rolling Stones, just feel they aren't anymore. Well, I mean, it depends on the age, right? You can't put the Beatles and the Foo Fighters in the same category yet, or the Stones. But the Foo Fighters, arguably, I mean, Dave Grohl, the greatest musician of our time. And I put him above Trent Reznor, just slightly, of our time. I didn't see the Marvels yet. I heard it was good, fun, not going to make or break anything. I'll probably go see it tomorrow. I'm excited to see it just because it looks fun. I didn't watch Loki, so I think I'd rather sit in a movie theater and watch Marvel content these days than sit on my couch, because I like being in a movie theater. They just did a Dead Space remaster. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, Flush, it's on Netflix. It premiered on Netflix, The Killer. So you will just stream it. I watched the first episode and I was just like, this is boring. But I know a lot of people said it was good. I like Hiddleston. I find Hiddleston to be a fun person to watch on screen, and obviously the character of Loki, but I just didn't care. But I also didn't love the first season. I thought the last 2 episodes were really good, but I thought the rest of Loki was just like, eh. But that's just me. I didn't hate it. It just wasn't like, I wasn't like, rah, 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 rah. Whereas like Moon Knight, I was like, rah, 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 rah. Cool. I'll watch it eventually. There you go. Yeah, it seems that everybody enjoyed it. So, and I did hear from like 2 or 3 people that told me that the first episode was the slowest. Oh, there you go. Oppenheimer and the Killer. Dude, Oppenheimer was the movie of the year. And like, I wish you would have gotten to see it in IMAX, but I'm sure you're going to enjoy it at home. I'm sure it'll be loud as fuck in your house. I heard Gen V was good. Haven't started yet. I've been stuck on watching something non-comic-y. I've been watching Welcome to Wrexham. I needed something different to watch. And so I chose that. And I really love it. He would be a good Doctor Who or Dr. Whomst, depending on who you ask. Yeah, he's got that kind of look. He's got that kind of character that would fit in well with Dr. Whomst. Dude, Wrexham's so good. Like, underdog story, feel good story. And then you get Reynolds and McElhenney and McElhenney and McElhenney. Yeah. And it's great. But were you woo or rah 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 rah? I think I lost that reference. I think everybody wants him to do more stuff like Werewolf by Night, because then it's not tethered to anything. It doesn't matter what they do. They could just make us. That's why I liked Moon Knight, because it was just self-contained. There was nothing else. It didn't have any other implications. It didn't need to. Ted Lasso was fantastic. Ted Lasso was so good, and I did not realize how good it was going to be until I watched it. And I only watched it like 3 or 4 months ago. And obviously Wrexham is a documentary, so but it also does have great storylines through it. They better. You're right. Scavenger's Reign, I haven't watched that yet. But I know you liked it, and then I know that a couple other people in the Discord really liked it. So, Andrew, I'll check it out eventually. By the way, if you haven't joined the Discord, and you're on Discord, I have a Avengers Discord, and it's basically more of what we're doing right now. It's just chat instead of me on a screen staring at myself. Oh, yeah, I missed it. Self-contained stories in general are typically better, and yeah, shows 100% because yeah, you don't have to sit around and wait for the next thing, and then they lose a director, or they lose a star, or whatever, and they got to change course, and that's why The Watchmen's so good. Ted Lasso is fantastic. Yeah. Are they doing more Star Wars Visions? Because I goddamn need some. I know the comic they're doing. Peach has got an issue coming out, but they did the Star Wars Visions TV show, but then they also did the Tales of the Jedi, which was fantastic too. Just not What If, but it's still great. Yeah, what's the next Star Wars thing we're getting? Was it that the crew, what's it called? Skeleton Crew? And then Marvel, the next thing is going to be Deadpool, which I think is going to be okay. Looping this back into comics and the idea of like what happens to books when we get movies, not even spec, but like what, like you can't call Hulk 181 a spec book. It's Hulk 181. You can't call New Mutants 98 a spec book. It's fucking New Mutants 98. But what is going to happen when that movie comes out? Like when the first trailer hits for Deadpool 3, it is going to blow up, I think, in a way that it blew up during the pandemic. Because this is the first Wolverine and or Deadpool movie that is coming out post, like the comic boom of 2021. If the rumor that's true, that fucking they're bringing Taylor Swift in as Dazzler, even if it's just for a 5-minute cameo, I think that's going to bring a lot of new people looking at comics, and hopefully it'll bring a lot of new people reading comics and like, getting into comics. But I think there's just going to be a lot of shit that like brings a healthy amount of people to comics, like not people that are just going to like go for the Hulk 181s. Like it's going to bring interesting stuff and it's going to bring new eyes onto comics. So I'm really excited for that movie too. Cause like Flush said, Deadpool, those two movies have been absolutely perfect. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That is that character. And that is Ryan Reynolds. Acolyte, I think, is next year. I think, which is basically going to be what, like Old Republic type stuff. It's going to be set back a while, right? Maybe I did watch a little bit of the second season of Visions. Can't remember. Daniel Radcliffe at Wolverine. If it's true, that'd be very interesting. I don't think it's true, but the fact that he openly denied it might actually be that it's true. Rebel Moon's the new Zack Snyder, right? I gotta watch the trailer, but I'll watch anything Zack Snyder puts out just to give it a shot, because I still think, despite his storytelling faults, his vision is beautiful as a filmmaker. I didn't watch the Christmas version, but I like the second one. I thought the second one was hilarious. Well, isn't that what the Acolyte is? The High Republic? I mean, David, you've been waiting to buy a 181. I don't think they're going to go further down. I think they're stabilized at this point. They're still expensive books. And when is there a bad time to buy one? Like, you didn't buy one 3 years ago, so you're not going to get fucking destroyed on the price. So I would buy one now. People are unloading them. That book's not going to like sink. It's the first appearance of Wolverine. West Coast Avengers, Brajay. Dune 2, baby. Yeah, does that suck that the first Dune got pushed back, due to COVID, obviously, and now the second Dune got pushed back because of the fucking strike? I want my Dune. Height accurate Wolverine. I mean, if they do that, then they have to get Danzig in there as Old Man Logan. They really need Danzig in there as Old Man Logan, like old man Logan. Yeah. What was the controversy about the company that wrote all the world building material for Rebel Moon that got fired? I don't know. That's something that I don't think I was ever aware of. I'm sure we could do some research though. I don't know. Did anybody see The Creator in here besides me? Because that movie was fucking fantastic. It had some you could tell like apparently the first cut of that movie was 5 hours. So there was definitely some stuff cut out, but that movie was so good. Nah, Danzig was Wolverine. He was always going to be Wolverine. Danzig is Elvis. I mean, I can't wait to see who they kill, because the rumor is that Deadpool 3 is going to be basically Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, but it's going to be the Fox Marvel Universe. You got to see it, Flush. Yeah, it was beautiful movie. Like I said, I think there were some tonal shifts in that movie that were because there were some cuts made of some scenes that would have given us a little more character, character backstory. Yeah. It was. It reminded me that, like, not the movie completely, but the viewing experience of seeing that for the first time felt like when I saw District 13, District 9 for the first time. Warvember, a ton of war movies lately. That's cool. Yeah, war movies are I mean, it's kind of in the air, unfortunately, but favorite war movie of all time, I'm just gonna be a sucker and go for the low-hanging fruit, Saving Private Ryan. Fucking that movie is unbelievable. The first 25 minutes of that movie is still one of the most incredible things that anybody's ever pulled off cinematically. Well, The Creator will be probably digitally available soon. There you go. That's right. You did. That's right, James. You bought one of the Verotic books for me. Yeah, the young girl was incredible in that. Unbelievable. Speaking of incredible, has anybody watched the first 2 episodes of Invincible yet? Because holy shit. Greatest comic book in the last 22 years. My favorite superhero comic of all time. And the animated series is just like perfect. Scorsese. I want to see it, but nobody's really talking about it. I did not like The Irishman at all. Fucking hated The Irishman. It had some good scenes, but and so I'll just wait till Killers comes to home. I should probably watch that again, Andrew. I can't. It's hard for me to do Malick movies because they're like so slow, but I can remember pieces of Thin Red Line and liking it. But I was younger. I think I have more patience for Malick now. Oh, he's totally going to kill the original Fantastic Four. Yeah. There you go, Mattis. Dude. It's an incredible piece of Spielberg's career. There's a terrible looking war movie based on the bomber Air Corps with Austin Butler. That dude looks like that dude's face, and like he may be a good actor, but I don't have any desire to watch a movie with him in it. Hamburger Hill. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I'm not a fan of Apocalypse Now. I'm a fan of the pieces of it, but I don't like Brando. It's hard for me to watch anything with Brando in it, except, The Godfather's great. Young Brando's different. but like post Godfather Brando, really, it's tough to watch, man. Yeah, second episode so good. What was the one? What was the one that fucking Andrew Garfield was in? Mel Gibson directed it. Shit, that was a good movie. So Vince Vaughn was in it too. I can't remember. It was just like a couple years ago, like 6-7 years ago. Yeah, that's the thing. Like they told it from the perspective of the people, not the FBI. Oh, Band of Brothers is fucking woof. They just Spielberg and Hanks just announced their third series, which is going to be like the follow up to Band of Brothers and what was the other one? The one that was about the back half of the war. Shit, can't remember the name of that either. Fury, yeah, Fury's a great movie. Fat Brando in the score, fucking Brando. Heartbreak Ridge. I don't think I ever saw Heartbreak Ridge. We Were Soldiers. Okay, yeah. Oh, Heartbreak Ridge was okay. Heartbreak Ridge. Okay, yeah, that was the movie. It was Eastwood that directed. Okay, thank you. I was like, Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge. There it is. It's Hacksaw Ridge. Heartbreak Ridge. Two different things. Full Metal Jacket's great, but Full Metal Jacket, second half's not as good as the first half. Like the Private Pile portion of the movie is the one that really affects you. And the Pacific. Okay, the Pacific. It's one of those ridges. Masters of the Air from the producers of Band of Brothers. Like producers that had nothing to do with actually making Band of Brothers. There's a lot of ridges in wars, you know? See, like it is a great war movie, but the second half like is not, I don't know. I guess it feels like two different movies to me. But yeah, it's a classic. Mario Van Peebles, baby. I wouldn't call Solo a war movie, but Solo's fantastic. Inglourious Bastards, we call that a war movie? I mean, sure, it takes place during World War II. I can't call it a war movie because it's a Tarantino movie. Like it's in its own category, Tarantino movie. Like I wouldn't call Reservoir Dogs a heist movie. It's a Tarantino movie, you know. Sandler was supposed to be the Bear Jew. That's interesting. That would have been fucking amazing. But Eli Roth killed it. Yeah, see, there you go, Tyler. Tigerland. Why does that movie sound familiar to me? Tigerland. Joel Schumacher. I don't think I ever saw that movie. Can't say I ever saw it. See, another one like Deer Hunter war movie or PTSD movie. Fucking fantastic movie. Oh man, Inglorious is so good. Yeah. Second half of Full Metal Jacket's all about the war, but it feels like less of the interesting character pieces of it, you know? And that's the thing. I think that's what the first part of the movie's so effective. And I think the second part just loses me. It's not bad. It just loses me. Dunkirk? Oh, fuck. Forgot it. Andrew, good piece. I will stand on a mountain and yes, champion Dunkirk. It is a fantastic war movie. It's a Nolan movie, but god damn that he did something like you go into that movie with a little piece of like just thinking about what he's doing and it's incredible. I could talk about Dunkirk for 5 hours. Predator, a war movie. I mean, it's a war movie with aliens. Aliens is a war movie too. It's got Marines. Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers is fantastic. I remember watching that last episode and just crying my fucking eyes out because it would be like they would have like all the veterans be talking about, you know, the guys that were still alive from Easy Company. And it's like crazy to think that by now or 10 years from now, there's going to be nobody left that fought in the war. You know, because, you know, if you were 18 in 1940s, you know, or you were fighting over the war and you made it back. Yeah, but such a great series. Black Hawk Down, fantastic movie. Apparently not that accurate, but fantastic movie. What's up, Trev? Well, Trev, hit me up in the DMs and let me know if there's stuff that you're looking for that's like, run filler type stuff, because I'm going to be selling most of this stuff outside of the sale. Kingdom of Heaven director's cut. Ooh, Crusades movie. It was a war, and it was a fantastic movie, that director's cut. Ooh, Empire of the Sun. I haven't seen that in a long time. That's Bale's first movie, right? That came before Newsies. Yeah. Yeah, Spielberg and Christian Bale. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, 1917 was another fucking amazing movie. Woo. 1917. I only saw it once in the theater, but it was like one of those movies. I feel like if I see it again, it might cheapen how I feel about that movie. I never saw Iwo Jima, and I never saw Flags of Our Fathers. I I don't think Eastwood's that good of a director. Like, Unforgiven, amazing. Um, the boxing movie, that movie's amazing, but it's amazing because of Hilary Swank and Morgan Freeman. I just don't find Eastwood to be a great director. Look, that's just my opinion. I think that's right. The whole fucking movie. The whole movie, Andrew. But it's not even whatever, Sean. You're talking to a bunch of people that love movies. The thing about also Dunkirk, he used kind of like the Jaws Godzilla less is more thing. You don't see any of the Nazis until that last scene, and you barely see them. They're like blurred out. And the word Nazis never used in that movie once. They get called the enemy. Maybe they get referred to as Jerry's, but you never see a Nazi in that movie. Yes, the Kingdom of Heaven director's cut is the only way to watch that movie. We already just 1917 it's just right there. Men of Honor. I don't know that movie. Medal of Honor. I played that game. Best movie of all time, Starship Troopers. Also a very big like that's movie about Nazis. So I fucking love that movie. Commando. Let off some steam, Bennett. It's a one-man army. Not a war movie, but if anyone hasn't seen Catch 22 series, interesting. Well, Catch 22. Is that what's his name? What's his name? Orwell? Ray Bradbury? Jimmy? All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, that's a classic. What is Patton? Yeah. The Hurt Locker. I like The Hurt Locker. I only saw it that once. But what I felt about that movie is that what's her name? Not Catherine Hardwicke? No. Fucking with that Catherine Bigelow. When they gave her that Academy Award, they should have said this is actually for Point Break. Yeah, seriously, Andrew. Seriously. I know we're still having a conversation about Dunkirk. Gran Torino is that was a good movie, actually. But it was a fucked up movie. A movie we tossed on that is a remake, full blown, just in a courtroom. Kane Mutiny. Wait, what movie, Flush? Few Good Men. No. And that's friends with Stephen Ambrose Stephen Ambrose. I don't know who that is. Is that who wrote Catch 22? I'm very confused. We're talking about Catch 22. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's confusing. Joseph Heller. Okay. Hello, Heige Homestead. We're having a discussion about war movies right now. Top Gun. The new one was really good. Well, it's not a war movie. This is Tom Cruise and Need for Speed. But the new one was really good. I was actually really like the new one more than I thought I would. The Kane Mutiny Court Martial. Michael Caine. It's about a mutiny in a U.S. Navy minesweeper ship in the Middle East. Jarhead. That's a great war movie. It's a fucked up movie. Oh, Stephen Ambrose wrote Band of Brothers. Okay. Restrepo is the greatest first-hand account of war I've ever seen. I don't think I ever saw Restrepo. I remember its existence, but I don't think I ever saw it. Okay, Joseph Howell wrote Catch 22. So the offer of community is on trial along with Kiefer. I love Kiefer. Okay, Restrepo. I feel like, when did that come? Restrepo. Is it a German movie? Oh, it's a doc. Okay, that's why I kind of remember it. And it's a British documentary, I think. It's American documentary. Okay. Zero Dark 30 was good. That movie was fucked up though. That movie was too fucked up to be good. Like that movie was like really messed up because it was true. At least the torture element of it. Defiance. Was that the one with Daniel Craig and it was directed by Liev Schreiber? Mike, the one with they're hiding out in the forest and basically like hunting the Nazis, or that movie was fucking good. Yeah, that's Tyler. I've heard that from several people, and I'm sure if there are any other former, Marines or people in the service from that time in Afghanistan, I'm sure they feel like everybody agrees on that. It was made in it felt real. It felt like real in that way from somebody from the outside, like myself. Point is, you don't see anything but the courtroom proceeding. You don't see any of the events. That's pretty interesting. I see what you're saying, Flush. It sounds like if they pull it off, it sounds really good. Okay, it's American doc. Fury, yeah, we had somebody. I think Flush mentioned Fury. It was really good, and it was like the one movie where like everybody's like, man, Shia LaBeouf can really fucking act, and yeah, Pitt's always great. Okay, yeah, that was a good movie, Mike. Independence Day, TMNT. Yeah, we mentioned Inglourious Bastards, but I said personally for me, it's not a war movie; it's a Tarantino movie. It's got its own category. It's like a Kubrick or a Steven Spielberg could be, but Kubrick, Tarantino, they just have their own movies. It's Steve. Oh, what's up, Steve? See, Steve knows. Empire of the Sun was mentioned already. Yeah. Zero Dark 30. That's about the time I'm getting up for work tomorrow. All right, Gene. Thank you for hanging out for your first SunDAVE sit down, and I'll get back to you on the stuff on the the prints. 1941. That's Spielberg's like. Oh no, that's 1942. 1941. No, maybe that is the Spielberg movie. Yeah, from somebody that's never been in any type of war or seen any. I wouldn't even know what to do. I would be like, you're giving me a gun? Okay, where's the president? Just kidding. Just kidding. But yeah, Jarhead, pretty nasty. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot about the greatest war movie of all time, Tropic Thunder. I'm the dude disguised as the dude. I'm the dude playing the dude disguised as another dude. Tropic Thunder is the greatest war movie of all time. Come on, let's give it up for Tropic Thunder. Yeah, also American Sniper was fucking, yeah, that was propaganda. That entire movie was propaganda. Yeah, 1941, that's the one. Dirty Dozen. Yeah, Dirty Dozen. Man on Fire was one man war movie. Yeah, just like Commando. Braveheart. It's not bad, just eat your vegetables. How about you take a step back and fuck your own face? Oh man, I actually sent that clip to somebody today. Les fucking Grossman, baby. Tom Cruise's best role of all time. I tried to get Tropic Thunder played and was voted out. It's not a war movie. Of course it is. Of course it is. Not only is it a war movie, but it's a very well acted war movie. Maybe a little bit fictitious, but it's a war movie. It's a movie about a war movie being made based off the true story of Sergeant Tabak, Four Leaf Tabak. I'm gonna watch that shit as soon as we're done with this stream. I thought you were gonna say Flash Gordon, the big red one with Luke Skywalker. Well, Star Wars, yeah, that's a war movie. Playing a dude disguised as a dude, playing another dude. You know what the best thing about Tropic Thunder is that you know your movie's funny when Jack Black is like the third or fourth funniest person in the movie. It's like you're just stacking. If you've never seen, if anybody owns the Tropic Thunder DVD or wants to own it, there's a documentary with Justin Theroux playing this like French documentarian going behind the scenes of Robert Downey Jr.'s character getting into character as Lincoln Osiris. It's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. And yes, true to form, Robert Downey Jr. does not break character until the end of the DVD commentary for the movie. 1941 is a Spielberg movie. Kelly's Heroes. Is that related to Hogan's Heroes? Is that like I don't know. I'm just asking. Yeah, Echo looks like it could be very fucking good. So that means you'll buy the slab, the 9.8 Daredevil 9 for me. Zulu, Spartacus. I don't know Zulu, but obviously I know Spartacus. I mean, Gladiator, is that a war movie? It opens at the end of like where the Roman Empire beats, destroys the German horde. I speak the horde. I could probably recite that entire movie. It's so good. Yeah, no, I think Tom Cruise is number 2. I think it goes Downey Jr. is Lincoln Osiris, then it's Les Grossman, then it's Ben Stiller, and then it's Jack Black, and then it's Al Pacino, and yeah, like that movie's too funny. Even fucking Danny McBride is amazing in that movie. It's not related to Hogan's Heroes. Okay. That's cool. I know a lot of people love MASH. There's older people that love MASH. No, you could not do Tropic Thunder today. People, look, I have no illusions of like why blackface is offensive when people are doing blackface, but the entire movie is a satire on Hollywood thinking that blackface was okay to do. But yeah, if you tried to do it now, people would just be like, you can't wear blackface, but they're missing the entire point of it. I've gotten into arguments with friends where like that movie's racist. I'm like, no, you're just stupid. That's it. You're just stupid. Good Morning Vietnam. That's a classic too. I'm interested to see how this Napoleon thing goes. I'm not sure I like the idea of Napoleon speaking English for 3 hours. Just seems a little off. But then again, I gotta say, I had reservations about really watching what's it called? The mini series directed by Craig Mazin, Russian Ukrainian meltdown, nuclear meltdown. Why can't I think of it? Why can't I think of the name of the fucking place? Why can't I think about it? Somebody say it. Anyway, I had reservations about watching it because the entire show is British actors playing Russians speaking English. Chernobyl. And I'm Ukrainian, so I was like, why couldn't they learn how to speak Russian and do subtitles? But then I watched the show. It was fucking awesome. It was terrifying. Charlie Wilson's War. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Longest Day. I don't know if I ever saw that. Is it? Nope. Thinking about a different movie. Bushwick. I don't know that. Maybe I do know Bushwick. Do we count The Last Samurai as a war movie? So, Phoenix killed aliens with a bat. Oh yeah, well, that's right. Joaquin Phoenix. Swing away, Meryl. You can't think of it because I'm like 50. Fuck off, Sean. You're older than me. They just turned the translator on the beginning of the movie. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of, but the show was so good. It Day After Tomorrow. I'm trying to think if I saw that. I just got to. Oh, you mean that movie? Yeah, I saw that movie. Of course I saw that movie. Last Samurai is a war movie. Yeah, seriously, Flush. You've been on a tear, apparently. But yeah, there's so many war movies. I mean, war is an interesting subject. It's terrible. And, what's going on in the world right now is fucking awful. The fact that, Ukraine has been at war with Russia, or Russia's been trying to destroy Ukraine for, 2 years now? That war's been going on. And what's going on with, the Gaza Strip it's terrible. But, I mean, I think the one good thing about war movies is, maybe people learn from them. You'd hope. You would hope. Thinking of Day After is my favorite war movie ever. Great topic. Never thought of this before. There you go. Watanabe. Yeah, Ken Watanabe is fantastic. Trying to think of what else. Yeah, I don't know. But I think 2 hours is probably going to be my limit for tonight. And I'm going to go watch a movie because it's my birthday for another 2.5 hours. So fuck it. So, okay, let's recap. Tomorrow is the last episode of the podcast that came from the newsstand. It'll be available on podcast platforms starting about 6 a.m. Eastern time. I know humans aren't learning jack shit, Leon. I know. War is just, it's political game. That's what it is. It's it's two people, or it's two, or three governments trying to figure it out. I mean, look, Putin is the worst person on the planet, maybe followed by the US government as one person and the Israeli government. But anyway, I don't want to get into it because I don't want to turn this into a fucking shit show. The loss of human life is fucking terrible when it comes to people being put under the foot of a government or a dictator or a person or a military. It doesn't fucking matter. It's not worth killing innocent people. That's it. All right, so let's recap. Tomorrow's the last episode of the podcast. December 2nd, Winter Day VentureCon. 1 day, maybe 12, 14 hours of live streaming. It's going to be great. I'll be back on Wednesday, West Coast Wednesday. It will be a great sale this week. Probably a lot of books for cheap and then some new books. Thank you, Johnny. And Johnny, we'll set it up for next year. But thank you for that. Red Dawn's classic. Related to war, you just learned the goal of Cruz's War Worlds was to project the state of America and a fear we had from 9/11. That makes sense. But thank you for the birthday wishes, everybody. Excited, things on the rise, things coming. So yeah, please listen to the podcast tomorrow if that's your thing. Join the Discord. The links are available in my link tree, which I don't even think I put in the description, but it's everywhere. Wolverines, snickety sticked. But thank you everybody for joining tonight. Congratulations to Colossus Collector for winning the slab. Congratulations to Jerome for winning the Comic Tim donation. Thank you, Joshua. Yes, it is birthday. I was in my birthday suit for the first hour, and then people said they were going to call the cops, so I put my clothes back on. I'm 44. I turned 44 today. I'm pretty for a 44-year-old. Anyway, yeah, there you go. 21st birthday. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. Don't forget, watch Tropic Thunder tonight and then tell your friend who thinks that it's a racist movie that they're stupid. And I'll see you all on Wednesday, or I'll see you next Sunday. And yeah, I'm a youngin. But one last time for those out there, it's West Coast Steven. All right, everybody. We're going to close you out with the theme song.
Are you ready?
Sunday, sit down.
Yeah, it's time for SunDAVE to sit down.
Sunday, sit down.